So hi, I'm Brian Fairbrother, I'm the handicap chairman at Denton Golf Club, and together with Steve Glenwright, the competitions chairman, we run all the comps at Denton, and we also are often called to referee matches and do some rule decisions. And if anyone's watched many of the other videos, you'll see we're filming a lot of rules, decisions that can take place on the course. So the first thing we're going to talk about actually is the golf ball. You really should be able to identify your golf ball. And the only sure way of doing this is not to suddenly declare on the tee, for your playing partners to actually have to ask you what you're playing. You should be prepared to say, I'm playing a Bridgestone 4 and it's got a line over the B. It's got my initials on it. You see, because if by any chance you're called on to identify that ball in the rough and it's just a Titleist 1, well then unfortunately you're going to have to go all the way back to where you've last played, because that will be deemed a lost ball. So that is one of the basics of golf, and it's a must-do on the course really. The rule is you don't have to put an identifying mark on, but you do have to be able to identify your ball. So for everyone at Denton, make sure you can identify your ball. Now, searching for a ball. So the rule is 3 minutes. So what does that 3 minutes mean? Well, it's 3 minutes to the point where you reach the area where you think your ball is. So basically, if you walk up to where you think your ball is and start searching, and then the playing partners over there, suddenly you see them searching, and you walk over to them, you've already used up some of your time. So be careful when searching for golf balls. Make sure when you get in the area where your ball is, that's your 3 minutes. And also, if back there on the tee there are people waiting to play, you can't wave them. You wave them through immediately that you think your ball may be lost. You don't search for 3 minutes, then wave them through. And the important thing is this. We've already talked about in the videos about out of bounds, but if at any time on the course you think you may have hit your ball into potential play, it could be lost, make sure you play a provisional ball, and make sure you nominate to your playing partners. None of this, oh, I'll just hit another one. No, I am going to hit a provisional ball, and it's a Titleist 4 with BF on it. My other one was a Titleist 2 with BF on it. So that's really important. Now the next thing, these things here, headphones. You are not allowed to use headphones on the golf course if it's deemed you are listening to potential something that could help you play the game, or you're using it to block out interference from the rest of the course, traffic noises, even your playing partners. The thing is, if I'm playing with someone who's got some headphones in, how do I know they're not listening to the news telling them that the wind at the moment from the west is 20 miles an hour? That's helping their club choice. So the thing is don't use headphones on the course. You are allowed to listen to BBC News if you stood on a tee. You're not attempting to play a golf ball. But how does your playing partners know if you're playing that golf ball, you're not listening to an instruction podcast? To avoid all doubt, do not use headphones on the course. It's also bad etiquette. So now we're going to talk about some of the don'ts on the course. So here's my ball, it's buried in the grass. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a practice swing. And it's away from the ball. You can see I'm clearly away from the ball. You cannot have a practice swing behind anywhere that will improve the lie. You can't do it in front of the ball. You can't do it on the line of hitting your ball. There. So practice swings, nowhere near the golf ball. Not on the line, not across it. The next thing, here's my golf ball, I want to hit it over there. I've got this tree here. Now, I'm going to see gently if I'm okay. Now unfortunately, as I've done that, I've just nudged a leaf and it's fallen off the tree. That is not a deliberate act. However, if I do this, I am deliberately improving my line on the ball. And as such, that is the general penalty of 2 strokes. So be really careful when you're about to play a shot in the trees, that you're not hacking away like this, disturbing the trees, as that is a 2-shot penalty. So I've searched for a ball and I think I've found it. The thing is, when I look down on that ball, I cannot see my BF mark on it. So I don't know this is my ball. So what should I do? To avoid any doubt with your playing partners, you shout them over. And you're now going to identify this ball. And you're going to put a T-peg in. And now you're going to pick the ball up. And identify the ball. And now you're going to recreate the exact same lie. So this isn't a case of, oh, I'll just put it there. You put it where it is, and if you have to, you push the grass back over it to create the exact same lie. Now there's actually a penalty for this if you are deemed to be constantly identifying your ball for unnecessary reasons. It's a little known penalty, but it's designed to stop people who are manipulating. So be careful. Shout your playing partners over. Tell them, can you just identify my ball with me? Let them see you mark it, let them see you create it. Avoid any doubts on the course. Now, unfortunately, I'm looking down at that ball, even though I've put the peg in, and I've picked it up, and I still don't know it's mine, because it's covered in mud. I'm allowed to wipe away enough mud so that I can now see my BF. I cannot clean this ball. I can wipe away enough mud to identify that BF, and then I must recreate the lie. And now that ball is in play, and I'm going to take a fair stroke at it. We're out on the practice ground now at Denton, and I'm here because I need somewhere where there's divots, and so I'm actually on a fairway at the course, and flags in the distance. My ball's here, it's lying lovely, and I've noticed while I'm waiting for the green to clear that out in front of me here, someone has not replaced the divot. I'm going to replace the divot. And now I'm going to hit my shot. So what have I done wrong? I've actually improved the line of my shot. And as such, that's the general penalty of 2 shots. It might seem harsh because you are looking after the course. However, that divot could actually be right in front of your golf ball, and you're definitely improving the line. So be really careful. Play your shot, then replace that divot. And don't forget, replace your own divot while you're at it.